So I got the chance to play the new season 2 of the finals early, and there are so many huge changes coming to this game. All of them are pretty good and are things that the community has been asking for. We're getting new weapons, a new map, a new specialization, new gadgets, new game mode, ranked updates, private matches, new cosmetics, and so much more. We'll be talking about all those. But first, I just want to give a shout out to Embark for inviting me to this. It was a really fun event. Not only did they tell us about the changes coming to the new season, they also sat down and played the game with us for a while, so we got to interact with them, which is really cool. We got to ask them questions, see what they do in the game, see how they feel about it, and you could really tell that these devs like their game and genuinely care about it. Real quick before I start the video, if you guys do enjoy it, please remember to leave a like and a comment, and if you guys want to see more videos in the future, remember to subscribe. But yeah, now let's just get into it. So if you guys didn't know, there have been leaks going around from an Embark business meeting or something like that, where it was stated that Season 2 is supposed to be the real kickoff for the game. Season 1 was supposed to be more of a beta, where they kind of just get their footing, figure out how the game is supposed to be played, figure out balancing, bug fixes, you know, things like that. And then when Season 2 came out, they were really going to push this game. They're going to start marketing it hard. And honestly, it all makes sense now with these changes that they've done. The devs have listened to so much player feedback. They've made a ton of good changes over Season 1. And with the direction that they're going, I think Season 2 could be huge. This season is going to be like a hacker theme, you know, sort of cyberpunk theme. The new cosmetics and the battle pass all look really sick. The new weapon skins look really good. I'm a big fan of this style, and I think it fits this game really well. It looks really good. Next up, the medium class is getting a brand new AR. It's the FAMAS. It's a burst AR. It was pretty fun to use, but overall it felt slightly weak and outclassed compared to something like the FCAR or the AK, but it is a pretty unforgiving weapon. If you miss a couple of shots on your burst, it's going to punish you way harder than other weapons. Overall, it's a decent weapon. I don't think it'll be meta right now unless they end up buffing it. Medium is also getting a brand new specialization called the Dematerializer. Now, I don't know if this will be in the full release, but in the preview version that we played, this replaced recon senses. They didn't say if they were removing recon. They didn't touch on that. That might be in the patch notes, but if they did, that would be such a huge win for the game. But what the Dematerializer does, it lets you open up walls, shoot through them, see through them, walk through them, jump through them. You can move through any solid object in the game. Walls, ceilings, floors, doesn't matter. You can move through anything, and you can close it up after you're done. I think this will be really good for when you're holding high ground and the cash out is a level below you. You can just open up a little hole and have free sight into it. Medium is also getting a new gadget called the Data Shaper, which basically lets you turn anything into anything. So like you could turn mines into a table, you could turn a turret into a table. You could basically just neutralize all the enemy's gadgets, which sounds pretty cool. We'll have to see how it works out. The light class is getting a brand new burst pistol called the 93R. I used this for a while and it was actually pretty fun. I don't see it being meta right now with how it is, but still it was fun to use. I've just never really been a huge fan of burst weapons, but if you hit every shot, it can shred. But because it's burst, it's a little bit unforgiving if you miss. Light is also getting a new gadget called the Gateway. It's basically just a portal. You throw one of them down at one location and then you throw another one down where you want the other end of the portal to go, and you can just go in and out of it back and forth freely. It's a really cool idea. It'll mix up rotations a lot for light players, especially when it comes to getting high ground. Heavy class is getting a new KS-23 slug shotgun. After using this for a while, it's okay. I still think the SA-12 is slightly better because this one is single shot. If you do miss one, it's going to be way less forgiving, but you can do insane damage up close. It'll be really good for bubble fighting as heavy. It kind of reminds me of using a Peacekeeper in Apex Legends when you're doing a Gibby bubble fight. They're also getting a new gadget called the Anti-Gravity Cube, which is kind of interesting to see in play because half the time when my teammate threw it down, I was kind of getting trolled. I was getting lifted up into the air. It was messing up my aim, but there were also a few times when it came in clutch, when it was getting to that very last part of the cash out and you throw it down, it just goes up in the air and they can't do anything about it. There's going to be a new map called Horizon. After playing it for a while, I can say that it plays pretty well. It looks really nice. It's pretty basic looking for the most part because it is sort of like a futuristic cyber themed map. It's got this cool thing that when you break the glass in a window, the glass doesn't actually shatter. It's like this little glitch effect. Just a cool little addition that they did. It is a pretty open map. When you're rotating from cash out to cash out, there's not a whole lot of cover between the buildings, but inside the buildings, they are laid out pretty well. There are a lot of flank routes. There's a lot of ways to get around the building. So I think it'll be really good for light players. My performance on the new map was actually really good too, because there's not a whole lot of stuff going on. It doesn't stress your hardware as much, so you get better FPS. It feels a lot better to play, but because it's simple, that doesn't mean it looks bad at all. It looks really good. It's very colorful. It's very bright. It's very pleasing to look at, but overall, I think it played pretty good. We had a couple of good games on it. There's also a brand new mode called Power Shift. It's a 5v5 mode. It's casual. It's not ranked play, and the objective is to get the platform further on your end than the enemy does. So you stand on the platform and it moves toward your goal point on the map, and if they're on the platform, it moves the other way towards their goal point. The more people on your team that you have on the payload, the faster it moves, up to 3 people. And how you win is basically just whatever team ends up pushing it the furthest, or whoever reaches their goal point first. If you guys have ever played push in Overwatch, it works almost exactly the same. It was just a very chaotic and fun game mode. There's a lot of stuff going on. All the buildings are getting destroyed because the payload just rips through everything on the map. I had a lot of fun playing it. The devs joined us for some games. They They were all having fun. It was just a really good time playing this game mode. And then a change that a lot of people have been asking for, especially myself, are the new ranked updates. They didn't go into detail quite yet, but they say that they've updated matchmaking to get better and more fair matches. Hopefully this means it's less MMR based and more ranked based. So, you know, diamond players fight diamond players, platinums fight platinums, golds fight golds. I know it's not possible to perfectly do that, but in the state that it was in season 1, it was horrible. You had every rank fighting every rank. There just really wasn't any balance. They are also implementing placement games. They said it'll be 8 rounds. I don't know if that means an 8-round tournament or 8 tournament games. And depending on how well you do in those, that's what your rank is going to be. And then it'll be calibrated up or down based on your performance after those games. They also said to expect more changes and tweaks throughout the season. Another huge one that's coming is private matches. This is huge for the competitive scene. Not only them, but also just everybody. It'll be good for content. It'll be good for tournaments. I am really excited to see where this goes for the competitive scene. As the game is now, there really isn't a way for the competitive scene to start growing. You have to Q snipe to do scrims. You don't always get in the same game, but this will really help that. There's going to be new challenges called the career circuit, which is basically just weekly challenges. It's just a new way to engage the players to get more XP, unlock more items, and just try a bunch of different things. I know it's something a lot of casual players have been asking for a while because they feel like they don't really have a lot to grind for. They kind of just get on and play just to play, but hopefully this helps that a little bit. But yeah, that's about everything that I got to try in this early preview of the new season. Like I said, it was a ton of fun. It felt fresh, it felt new, and I think the game is heading in a good direction, especially if they push this marketing like they say they're going to. I do think the game could do really well. The new season drops on March 14th, I think a day after this video goes live. I have a couple of other finals videos that I want to update as well, so make sure you guys are subscribed. If you guys have any questions at all about the new season or anything I talked about, please leave them down in a comment below. I'll try my best to answer as many as I can. And if you guys did enjoy the video, remember to leave a like. It helps out a ton. That's going to be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.